These are blue star ferns and they're grown to perfection. I'm very proud of them. But the truth is, I cheated. There are ways to guarantee perfect growth from indoor plants if you know what to get. Now this is my secret trick. This is nearly the best design in a pot ever. It has no hole in the bottom, so you don't need a saucer, and it holds water in the bottom and the plant will grow to perfection, except they made one mistake. They should have put one of these water level indicators in it. Now, water level indicators just have a little float bit at the bottom, and the way they work, if you have a look at this demo, as you pour water in, the float goes up and then you see the little red coloured bit at the top, so you can exactly align the amount of water you want for perfect growth in this plant. And every day or two when you walk past, just have a quick look and it will tell you if the watering is perfect. So this particular pot, no hole in the bottom, it's got a false bottom, so there's a bit of water there below the potting mix, which is fine. It's just there's no way of knowing whether it's got any water at all, whether the plant's going to do well, whether it's going to flourish, die, whatever, you don't know. But when you add this, and this should have been sold with the pot, that solves it. These, you can get them on Google, water level indicators. They're about $2 each. You can buy a packet of 4 for about $7.70 or something. Because the manufacturers didn't think of putting this in the pot to make it the perfect pot, you've got to do a couple of interesting things. Now the first thing is, you probably need, I've drilled a little hole in the corner that this will sit into, so that it goes right to the bottom of the pot, because you don't want to flood the plant with too much water. So there's that. The other bit is, you've got to have this being the right length. Now, so before you send off or order them on Google or whatever, just measure your pot. This one is a 20 centimetre one, and as you can see, the 20 centimetre one is going to be perfect. You'll see all this clear bit. So it goes in there and it is the right size. So there it is. All we've got to do now is put in the potting mix and the plants. This is a little bit too high for that, so it doesn't hurt the plant to lose a little bit of the roots at the bottom. Just tease them out, potting mix and so on, and just see, I reckon that'll be very close. So we've got the water level indicator there, so we'll just have a bit of a try. Oh, that's only perfect. The potting mix was damp to begin with, which is great, but I'm now watering it, and hopefully as I do this you will see the little red thing come up and tell me when to stop. There you are, it's coming up. Now ideally you want that little red indicator about halfway up that clear bit, and if you're walking past, you know, once a week or something, you would add a little bit more until it comes up to about the halfway mark. Now there we are, the perfect position for this plant. Nice sunny area where it will get enough sun to grow really well. It's not going to stain anything, it's not going to leak, and you're guaranteed that this will grow very well. All you've got to do occasionally is look at this little gauge here and you will have a perfect indoor plant. Oh, and for all those eagle-eyed people who are going, what's that? This is for pumpkin soup. It's lovely. There's your main container for the soup, and each one of these, handmade, takes the pumpkin soup. There's so many young artists in Australia that do one-off pieces of, whether it's metalwork or crockery or whatever. It's always worth having a fossick around where there's places, often in country towns and that, and you can get just something that's a bit different, so your kitchen is not quite the same as everybody else's.